All right, welcome. This is Froggy and Friends podcast, a podcast put on by frogmansfinds.com. Uh, did better this time saying my own company name. We are your local toy store online. We do our best to carry the latest and greatest from Hasbro, McFarlane, Mattel, yeah, whatever is cool and fun and popular, we do our best to carry those things. Yeah, I am Frogman. I'm joined as always by Jaden and by Tiger Mask himself, the incredible Tiger Mask. Um,
Yep.
just incredible. The way in our podcast we I like to give some updates about the store. We like to talk about toy news. We like to talk about the things that we got recently that we've been playing with. Sometimes we talk toy photography. Sometimes we talk anything else, games, movies, TV shows. So, yeah, thanks for joining us this week. How are you guys doing?
Doing all right, all
Very
things
excited
considered.
since I finally got to pick up my Switch, so that'll be fun.
Yes, excited to talk about our Switch experiences. Maybe a little bit later. I
For
shared
sure.
on Discord, but I got a new tattoo today, and not really an honors, not
Oh,
really in honor of Father's Day, but it was my Father's Day gift to myself. Um, for
There you go.
those watching, I got another flower that is bloody right now.
very nice.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, looks good.
Thank you. Yeah, my other tattoos took like at least over an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Some of them were 2 or 3 hours, but this one was like 45 minutes. And it was like,
Oh, that's not bad at all.
yeah, it was actually kind of a bummer. I I had my headphones in, I was listening to music, and I feel like you kind of like the buzz of the um tattoo gun, pen, needle, whatever. And like laying there and kind of just the feeling of it, it gets you in like kind of a zen headspace. And so I was like very relaxed. And then she tapped me and she's like, "We're done." Like, oh man. But
Yeah, I've heard people say that it's kind of relaxing in its own way. Like you just kind of start to ignore the pain and just sit in the chair and chill.
mhm. um there's a book series. I can't remember the name of the whole series, but the author, her name is Robin Hobb. Um there's like a series of three or four, I think it's three books about one character, and then there's another three or four books about like basically pirates. It's like a fantasy series. And so the first book of that trilogy or so is called The Ship of Magic, and the villain in that story is like kind of like an evil pirate, but his whole thing is if he makes a mistake or something like that kind of is against like his own goals, he'll get a tattoo of it. And then right after they finish that tattoo, he'll burn it off. Um, and that whole process is like his
Ooh,
way of like internalizing what happened and then like making it a memorable thing so that he doesn't make that mistake again. Um, I think I read that before I got my first tattoo, and I was like, not that I want these to be mistakes, but I like that idea of like the physicality of a tattoo, um, kind of like locking in memories or like an event or an idea. And so, um, yeah, I think it's kind of like it makes that whole process and the like the physical feeling of it more meaningful, at least in my opinion.
yeah. I mean, that's as good a reason as any. Although I
Yeah.
don't know about the pirates' level of healthiness there, but
Yeah. Maybe not the best mental health, but I did like the idea of it at least.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
thematically for sure.
yeah. Well, yeah, we can start with store updates. I like having the screen share now, just so I can kind of show it visually what we've had going on this week. But yeah, we got in the new batch of GI Joes. I actually brought them over. So we have Blowtorch.
Oh,
His his like gas mask or whatever over here is such a cool addition. I think I think it really adds a lot to the character, and it's like transparent, so you can see on the back, so you can see his face
oh,
through it. And then we got the Frag Viper, which is way cooler in hand than I thought it would be from the promo pics. Um, the face is almost, I know it's kind of going in and out of focus, but the face is almost like a android. I
yeah. He
almost want to
looks
say zombie.
weird. I like it.
Yeah. But then
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah,
then the
very
the
scary.
the helmet just goes on over that face, which is cool instead of like a swappable head.
Yeah.
So he's very cool. Dark Lawn, I don't know anything about like the story behind these characters, but he looks like super hardcore. And I didn't realize that the
I love the
alternate,
mask.
yeah, this alternate head is actually like very shiny. I thought it was going to be a matte finish in the pictures, but yeah, very shiny. And then he has like you can only see the hilt, but he has a really cool sword that he comes with too. You can kind of see it on the back.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what his story is, but he looks really cool. And then we
Yeah,
got
definitely.
Pedro Pascal, Footloose. I think this
He
face
actually really does look like Pedro.
it looks
Yeah,
better
I haven't seen
than
that face yet.
it looks better than the Mr. Fantastic face sculpt. Like it just straight up looks like
Huh.
Pedro. Um, but yeah, I'm
Hmm.
excited to open these. The only one I didn't save for myself was Darklon, which I'm kind of regretting. But yeah, and then we got this dude, like super
Oh, very
like
nice.
homoerotic undertones, which I love. But I've been wanting to open him up for myself, but I just haven't had a chance. But he has like a monocle that's like also transparent. Which is really cool.
What?
Um,
What's the name of that character again? I can't remember.
Dr. Mindbender. So I think he's like,
That's the one. He came with that. He was in an exclusive pack a while back, and everybody wanted
yes.
to get their hands on him. And
Hmm.
I remember, I like everybody was just afraid that it was never gonna have a regular figure, and now they have a regular figure for him.
Yeah. So yeah, he's super cool. I think I have some extras of him, so I'm surprised that I don't have it. I think I have to update the website. But yeah, that
Huh.
exclusive, I think it was on exclusive, maybe Comic Con. But yeah, he came with
Um,
like laboratory equipment, if I remember right.
yeah, something like that. Some like techie background stuff, and or
Hmm.
tubes, or
Hmm.
some
Yeah,
sciencey looking stuff.
yeah, which is fun. Um, and yeah, we got a bunch of Todd stuff in this week. So yeah, we got this Kingdom Come Superman from the Page Punchers subline, which also had Supergirl. I bought a ton of Supergirl, and she sold out. Just goes to show how popular female figures are.
Wow.
Todd. Um, and then, oh yeah, I do. I don't know why he's down below here, but um, yeah. And then I got this digital wave, which is I don't think we talked about it last week, but they're physical figures that basically have NFTs attached to them, which is stupid, but the figures are cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, this Two Face is like a classic Two Face, which is really cool. And then the Chase, which again sucks that Todd does chases, with like a black and white suit, which was cool. Dr. Fate was in the wave. He looked really, really good. And then I think the best Superman that Todd has
Oh
ever
yeah, he
put out.
does.
Yeah. So those are all those all sold out, and I mean, understandably, they look really good. Yeah, and then we got Dr. Mindbender. We got these retro Cobra Vipers, which are really cool. But I didn't realize actually until today when I was pulling out the stuff to show off on the podcast. I'm still waiting for two more boxes of this guy. So temporarily out, but we have at least 8 more coming. But yeah, I think the minor changes they made to the Cobra Viper in this, I think were really, really worthwhile. The additional hands, the bare forearms. D Amazing, I think, said that they changed his waist articulation, or at least the way that the vest is attached, and so it gives him a lot more range, which is great always.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so he's
I
really
hate it when they
cool.
have because they have that nice torso articulation on
Yeah.
all their figures, and then they go and put a bulletproof vest over it, and it's like, oh well.
Yep. Kills it. And so I think what
So
was the
much of that.
thing with the Cobra Viper was that the vest was connected to the belt in the original one, and so that completely killed it. But then this one is separate, so it allows the
Okay.
torso a little bit more room to move around.
Yeah.
Um, but we got Transformers in too. Still kind of new to it. I was talking to my son at dinner tonight, and he was like, "Who's the leader of like the plain Decepticons?" I was like, "I don't know, man." He's like, "He's purple." I don't know. So like we were going through a list on like the Transformer Wikipedia. I was like, "Is it this guy?" He's like, "No." Is it this guy? He's like, "I don't know. I need to see his alt mode." I'm like, "I don't know, man." It's like I just can't keep track of it for some reason. Um, but yeah, he knows a lot more than I do.
If you message Rex, he'd give you a
I'm
3 hour
sure.
lecture.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, people who are into Transformers, they're like really into it and they know it really well.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that was the things that we got in stock. These aerial bots are combiners, and then there was a Transformers stream earlier this past week where they put up 2 more of these aerial bots, and they combine with another big guy to make a really big guy, which people are pretty excited about.
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, I wish I was into Transformers. I think they're really cool. It just, for some reason, it just doesn't compute with my brain. Um, but yeah, so we had, I mean, we had so many things going on this week, but all these Transformer guys went up. Lilith from McFarlane went up the very beginning of this past week. She looks really, really cool. Um, so she has a mix of cloth goods with little spots of soft plastic, but
Oh yeah.
um, yeah, she even has blood rose petals that she can punch out that she can walk on because she has bare feet and toes because it's Todd's jam. But yeah, it comes even with like a Diablo's skull that she can carry around and like these giant wings and stuff. So I think this figure's gonna turn out really, really well, actually. Um,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
can
pretty cool
definitely
actually.
show off those sculpting skills.
mhm. I think he actually made. I know he
Very
made
like ornate.
statues from Diablo 4. I want to say he made a statue of Lilith already, but yeah, I think he kind of translated the really nice sculpting of that into this figure, which yeah, I'm really excited to get in hand. Um, yeah, we had some Joes go up this week. We can talk a lot about that. Mezco randomly dropped the pre-order for their animated series Batman, which people are really, really stoked about. Um, I think his like scared face is a funny and nice addition to it. Um,
Yeah,
but
that
yeah,
looks
It
really
looks
nice.
surprisingly good. I would not have expected a Mezco based on the animated series to look that good. It
hmm
really does. I'm like I fully was expecting pajama looks, but
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I
it's
think that's kind of a hard look to transfer because that art style is so recognizable and kind of simplistic, but very detailed. And So it's not an easy look to get down, and it easily could have just looked like pajama Batman or
Mhm.
something,
Yeah, and
and it looks great. I love those head sculpts and looks real good.
there was one of the promo pictures. Oh, this one. If the articulation that's in this picture is accurate, like he's really well articulated. Yeah, to be able to get this kind of crouching
Yeah, it's pretty
pose
good.
makes me wonder if
Yeah.
it's using one of those silicone bodies that Mezco's kind of been moving towards. Um, but yeah, and you can see kind of,
It's an interesting
Yeah,
question. That would explain why it looks. Yeah.
right? Like you can't really see segmentation underneath the cloth goods.
Mhm.
So
yeah, I
maybe.
think you might be onto something.
Which
Yeah.
I think is, I mean, we'll see the longevity of that kind of body, but it makes for really good posing. Um,
Yeah.
and I
Like his
hopefully they put up
tangerine so
the,
far.
oh
Oh.
yeah, yeah, I'm still waiting for my tangerine. Um, but yeah, the kind of teases they've had of the animated Joker, I think he's going to be a lot of fun too. Looks like he'll have some good faces and some cool accessories as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, yeah, I mean, we just continued with the Marvel vs. Capcom pre-orders. Um, yeah, the Captain America and Venom 2-pack sold out, or pre-sold out, I guess I should say. It looks like I still have a couple of the Wolverine Silver Samurai, but yeah, they're the level of popularity is even more than I was expecting, knowing that people have been looking forward to these figures for a while, or this kind of theme. But yeah, the pre-orders have gone way faster than I expected them to, which is great, but um, kind of goes to show, I think, how much people have wanted this for a while.
Yeah. Definitely. I remember when I first started like getting into the community and especially in Discord, just hearing people talk about like we need a Marvel vs. Capcom line, we need a Marvel vs. Capcom line, and it
Yeah,
actually happened.
yeah, and
Or at least,
Yeah, the
as much as it
NBC
could.
fans are like total diehards.
Oh yeah.
the
Like
Psylocke
people
and
that are really into NBC and stuff, they just really love it.
for sure. The Psylocke and Thanos 2-pack is actually in hand in Australia, and that Psylocke looks incredible. She looks so good,
Hmm.
I
which,
did see some in hand pics with Psylocke, and she looked cooler than I thought the promo pics looked.
yeah, absolutely. Which sucks because it was a Target exclusive here in the States, and it sold out, I think, people
Ah,
said it sold out within 6 minutes. Um,
that's wild.
yeah, and they put up their
Jeez.
pre-orders at 9 a.m. Eastern, so which is 6 a.m. for me. Um, yeah, and I set an alarm for like 5:55 and I slept through it because I had been up at 3 trying to get a Switch 2. So I
Oof.
missed it. So I'm hoping that I can find it once it releases.
You
Um,
got the Switch too.
I did get the Switch 2, so that's 1 for 2, which is better than nothing. But yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I didn't think this Captain America and Venom 2-pack would sell because people were really stoked about the cap. It's basically the most complete Captain America they've released lately, because I think the 85th anniversary was still pinned. The 20th anniversary of Marvel Legends had the shield that had holes in it to plug in the effects.
Hmm.
And then every cap since then has had something like whether the shield is weird or broken or something. And so this is the most complete classic Captain America so far. So people were excited about that. Um, but the Venom is the legs are pinned, which to me again, like I could care less, but I guess this is like a pretty old sculpt, and so some people were disappointed about that, but I guess I got over it because yeah, that this pack sold faster than the Wolverine one.
Huh.
But yeah, I guess just the fact that
Yeah, I heard
he's
people talking about wanting to just split them.
yeah. So which yeah, maybe some people are doing, but I guess just the fact that he's blue, people are like really into that, which is yeah, I mean, which is cool.
Little nice
Let
comic
him.
or game detail.
Hmm. Okay, now we can get into some spicy territory. Um, we Tiger and I were going to tell Jaden about this when it was happening, but we decided to save it for the pod. So, what was this? June 11th was Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. There was supposed to be a GI Joe stream. It's GI Joe or Joe June. And they say that they said last week that they're going to have a stream every week to show off the stuff that was going to go up for pre-order. Um, and I learned from Fraternia that if the stuff is going to go up on Amazon, Amazon uploads the pictures the night before the stream to have the stuff ready for pre-order the next day. So uh, these pictures went up the night before the stream. And so what was supposed to go up was this retro carded classic Cobra bat, which I think looks super cool. I really like the classic colors.
Yeah.
Um, has some cool effects. The retro carded, just kind of like a Joe Trooper. I think he's kind of casually known as like the green shirt. People are really, really excited for this guy. Just he's just a classic army guy, which I think is really cool too.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I'm probably gonna have to buy a couple.
yeah, yeah. People, I know some people in Discord are like, I'm gonna buy like six just to have like a troop. But I think it's really cool. I
Yeah,
love
definitely
that.
army builders.
I love that they have two options for skin tone, and it's a good selection of like weapons and stuff. So I think this is going to be really cool. The third thing, so those two did go up. This also went up. It was a two pack with Sergeant Slaughter and Mercer. Um, I sold my original Sergeant Slaughter actually to one of our friends in Discord. Um, and so I'm actually pretty excited about this pack because I like the revolver that Sergeant Slaughter has. I also like his beret. Um,
Oh yeah.
I have like very little interest in Mercer. Kind of looks like a D-bag, which maybe is his
I
character. I
don't
don't
even know
know.
who that is.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah. I have no idea, but yeah. I think this look with Sarge with that like crazy big gun.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
I think that's super
Desert
cool.
Storm kind of look.
Desert Storm, and they like this like chest kicking Cobra
Big boot.
dude. Yeah. They also gave him a new um head sculpt with his with his whistle in his mouth, which is cool. They actually took them off this
What
one.
is?
Um is it here? Is it here? Okay, so all those did go up. Um what was also supposed to go up, here it is. Um G.I. Joe has this line
The
that
cop?
yeah. So they call it the Legacy Collection. And this is where they had in the past they had the I think it was like the Marine Sniper, the Navy SEAL Diver, um, the one that you picked up, Jaden. I forget which armed service is supposed to be.
They're like
Um,
like a Delta Force type. Yeah.
mhm, yeah, they put up a firefighter, which is should actually be coming relatively soon. I think. So they did those, and then this is supposed to be the next in the line, the Police Emergency Service Unit. Um, and then if you're watching, I'll go ahead and start going through the
I
product
thought the riot
photography.
shield.
So the product photography for this figure is nighttime with the red and blue lights lighting up the scene with these cop figures in riot gear. And this
Oh my
pre-order
god.
was supposed to go up like a day after Trump sent the National Guard and eventually the Marines to my hometown, Los Angeles, as you know, protests were going on. And so these are supposed to go up right then. So
Like
conspicuously,
terrible, terrible timing.
they canceled the stream and they did not put up this figure. So you can kind of, there's no official statement from Hasbro, but you can kind of put two and two together.
Yeah,
They read the room for sure.
that's
They were like, I
hilarious.
don't think this is going to play very well today.
Yeah.
That's so hilarious.
Yeah. Which is, yeah,
Oh my god.
it's so bad. Like, and so I mean,
If
I,
if they do end up putting that up, I do want a couple just to like, have as generic SWAT guys. Like I really love that a crazy toy SWAT guy, which is really good, but it's like $80 a pop, so I can't like army build it or anything. Um, but I have them usually, like as a corpse or casualty of some like anti-hero or something.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little unfortunate because sometimes you're shooting a scene or something, and maybe you do need like a law enforcement officer, but you kind of feel bad about buying like a cop figure in this day and age and with everything going on. Like, I get it. It's definitely a little weird and it's definitely going to make some people have some strong feelings. But yeah, I mean, they look good. I like the fact that you can also, swap between the white and the black guy, and it comes with a full suite of nice accessories for those kind of scenes too. Like, it's probably going to sting a little when I buy two of those, but I
Yeah.
do want them, and it was probably the right idea for them to just cancel the stream because like I can't even imagine the kind of comments they'd get, like the live comments, like what, like oh no, we're not getting this
Oh my
today.
god.
I can only
Oh
imagine.
man.
Yeah.
I want
Even
to see it. I want to see it.
when they showed off this figure, it was either the previous stream or the stream before that one. Like, yeah, he comes with all these cool weapons and everything. I was like, "Eee!" Shut up, shut up, shut up. But no, I mean,
Oh
I
man,
do, I do think it's going to be a popular figure. For better or worse, I think a lot of us in our toy photography, we want to use them as like bad guys. Um,
Yep.
yeah, there's a lot to be said, but yeah, I was thinking if they do end up putting it back up, I would carry it because yeah, I think it's going to be a popular figure. But I think the way that would make me feel better, I would donate at least a portion of the proceeds, if not all of the profit from those figures, to like a immigration fund or something like that, so that I feel better about it. You know, people that are buying those figures, they don't feel like supporting cops. But it's like, hey, you know, we can all use these figures for a variety of reasons, and we can put the money towards a good place. So I do hope
Yeah.
it comes
yeah, that's a
out.
great
I like
idea.
that.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it was definitely an eventful week. They did put up, and it's like this went up without any word, which is
Oh wait,
super,
what is
which I
that?
think is super, super, super cool. It's the crankcase. Crankcase, I guess, is the dude, and then the thing is called the AWE Striker. Um, yeah,
Huh.
it's shadow. It went like it was shadow posted on Hasbro Pulse because I assumed they were making an announcement about it in the stream, but the stream was canceled, so it just went up. Um, but yeah, I ordered one. There was a temptation to order more, but they were $100 or $90 or
Phew.
something. But I think Crankcase is
I mean,
really
it does look
cool.
nice though.
I love
Oh
that
my
he
god, it's got
comes.
a working winch. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's real nice.
I love the bandana over the mouth. I think that's a super cool look. And then he comes with a
Why,
tumbler
thank you.
mug.
Got his
Um,
coffee.
yeah, so go around the dunes with your coffee cups. He also has a visor, which is hilarious too. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think it's not coming out until December. I don't think they have the.
Looks
Oh,
awesome though.
it is $100. Yeah. But yeah, we could continue with kind of more news from there, but pickups. Do you guys want to? I have some pickups actually here on my desk that I finally opened that came in like 3 or 4 days ago. But anything that you guys picked up this week?
Well, I mean,
This
I got
week
this
I didn't.
from you.
Oh yeah,
This guy right here.
I was gonna bring my
If I
Blanca
Yeah,
can
I
too.
get
got
the
those.
focus on. Yeah, he's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that his hair is squishy, so
That
it
was
gets out
about
of the
all I
way
got this
of
week.
all of his movements.
Oh, I didn't know it was that flexible. I still haven't
Yeah,
opened
I've been having
mine.
a lot of fun. It's incredibly squishy. Like it gets out of the way. Like if you want to put his head in any sort of position, you absolutely can, and the hair won't get in the way at all. Even if it's like right up on his shoulder or something, it'll get out of the way.
That's
And
so
that's
good.
really what
Yeah,
I love
before
about
we
him.
started, we were talking about how like the Mafek's like big hair, like Storm and stuff, will like get in the way, and she like can't
Hmm.
turn her neck like whatsoever. But yeah, with this, like he can completely go like any angle that you want, and it's definitely nice to not be so restricted by a big hair mold.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like all figures that have long hair really need that. Yeah, and Sagat is so cool, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's,
Yeah,
it's so good, and I do kind of I don't know whether I'm gonna get that Sagat, the Storm Arena Sagat, or just keep the one that I have because I have this one, but he's like
He looks
uh
good.
11. He's a big boy. So if we put him next to Blanca,
Oh,
feet to feet,
wow.
like, and Blanca's
he's messed.
huge. Like Blanca's so big, and he's tiny in comparison.
Yeah, it's a big guy.
Yeah, I imagine that next to like the Jada Ryu would just dwarf it.
Oh yeah,
Little child,
it's
baby
so fun for
Ryu.
shots though. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of want that like Ryu looking up at this like
Exactly.
unstoppable force. You know, it's definitely a good look.
Get him in one of those hunches where he's like hunched over and he just is like uh, an intimidating presence. Where he's giving you one of
Yeah.
these
Oh
and
yeah.
just like right over Ryu in a shot. Let's see if it'll focus there. There we go. Yeah, hunched over, grimacing face, going in
Oh,
for a punch right over Ryu.
even
Looks great. But
that harsh lighting that's like up against him too makes him even look like more menacing, which is super cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love that figure. But it definitely like I could use a smaller one too. Like
Yeah, that's fair. Um I feel like the only thing I don't love about the Jada Sagat is like I think I want him to have a little bit more definition. So I might try to give him like the opposite of a dry brush. What do you call?
a wash.
Yeah, yeah. Do like a dark wash on him, to see if he can just kind of accentuate like his features, his muscles and stuff. But
Yeah, that would
still,
look really
yeah,
cool.
a great figure. Um,
Definitely.
oh, and then before I show what I picked up this past week, I mean, like I grew up playing Street Fighter and stuff, but I never really knew the story. And so like one day, like while I was working, I went down like a rabbit hole and I listened to like a 3 hour YouTube video about the story of Street Fighter. And I didn't realize that in Street Fighter 1, which I had never even seen like gameplay of, Sagat is the final boss. Like I think like there's a very small handful of playable characters. Sagat is the final boss. And then in Street Fighter 2, they like revamped like almost all of it entirely, at least the story. It makes Sagat like a kind of like an enforcer for M. Bison or whatever. So it's like, oh,
Hmm.
but yeah, Sagat has always been really big, even in Street Fighter 1. So,
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah, big boss guy.
Street Fighter One is the only one that I played, so
oh,
I'm
what?
getting like a bunch of lore from picking up some of these other characters. Yeah, I like some of these guys I have absolutely no frame of reference for, but
Interesting.
I like the look of them, and I like Ryu and Ken going up against these giant dudes.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting,
Yeah,
like,
they've got great designs.
yeah, like the in-game lore, and then even kind of just like like the meta lore of Street Fighter is really interesting to me. Like the whole M. Bison, um, Vega, and Balrog, I think. The
Yeah.
which
mm.
yeah, the fighting community, I think it's like Dictator, Boxer, and Claw, because yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
just to simplify.
yeah, like Capcom wanted to call these certain ones whatever, and then they're like, oh shoot, we might get sued. So they had to like change all the names and whatever. It's just yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, like even putting up the pre-order for Vega,
Well,
who's
because
such
Balrog was originally supposed to be, yeah,
uh
like
wait,
Balrog was supposed to be M Bison, right? And they were like, oh, that's too close to Mike Tyson.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
hmm
So they were
um
just like, we'll just play musical chairs with the names. The Americans won't care anyway.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember what Vega's name was supposed to be. Yeah, I can't remember. But,
I
but
That
cannot
yeah,
was
remember.
Balrog.
he was Balrog.
He was originally Balrog.
And then
Okay,
the boxer whose name is
Vega. Vega was dictator.
oh
so the boxer is Balrog currently, and he was supposed to be M Bison, but that was too close to Mike Tyson.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah. Funny. Capcom flew a little too close to the sun, but I'm really excited for the claw figure. I think he looks really, really good. I'm surprised he didn't the pre-orders didn't sell out, but I think he's probably my most anticipated Street Fighter figure.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I really, really wish that it came with that little chunk of fence behind him,
Oh
as far
yeah.
as accessories go. But
Dude,
yeah,
this
it's a good look.
yeah. I
Yeah, it's
wonder
perfect.
I wonder if his sash is wired, but like it is totally perfect for his character, his stage. But it just makes me think of like Super Mario World, like the because you're like going across and you hit
Oh
it and
yeah.
it turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, I this yeah, this past week I got in my order from um Hobbylink Japan finally. It's actually my May import order, but because HLJ is not offering like FedEx or um what's the magical service?
DHL.
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 Um yeah, they're not offering either of those. They're only offering EMS or boat. So I did EMS and
Oh,
it took 2 weeks to get here. So it made me really miss FedEx and DHL. But I got the adult
yeah.
Daima Vegeta from SH Figuarts. I opened all three of
Nice.
these and fiddled with them a little bit. Believe it or not, she actually has the best articulation of the three. This is Hinata Hyuga from the Naruto line for Figuarts. She's really, really good, actually. It's getting crazy reflection,
That's
but
rad.
she has these effect pieces, which you can kind of see on the back, but you don't really see
Oh yeah.
you don't see the detail of it in this picture, but um, the end of the effect has like a face on it, like a dragon face, which is really cool.
Oh wow.
And then I got my
Cool.
my second, but only one that I still have, Figma Meishi figure, Dungeon Meishi. Have not watched this yet. I tried to watch it a couple times and I couldn't get past the intro, but I hear it's very funny. And I kind of regret selling the Night Dude that I got first, but I opened her briefly and yeah, I still need to get used to Figma articulation, but she's cool. I think she has a her vibe still vibe well with Firen from Figuarts. So yeah, I
Definitely.
was stoked to get those in. Yeah, I'd
They
have
just
to play with
announced
them more.
Senshi and the other one too, right?
Yes. Um, what was that?
Senshi and then
I forget what that festival right now that's going on. I forget what it's called. Um,
oh, is it like One Fest or something?
something like that. Maybe it's on their Twitter page. But oh, I thought this was really cool. It's probably way
Yeah, like
overpriced.
PS5s and stuff.
Hmm.
He was had a
Yeah, I've
couple
got
of
their
those, and they are kind of overpriced, but they do look very cool.
Hmm.
yeah,
Um, Inappropriate for the
yeah. They announced
podcast.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super gooner stuff.
Oh yeah, the
This,
Jinro model kit
yeah,
looks nice.
I don't know what this is, but I know people are excited about it. Is this from an anime, like an old anime?
yeah.
Yeah, it's an anime movie about like oppressive military stuff, and these guys are like the bad guys.
Emily. But he looks,
It's
yeah,
a
he looks really
really
cool.
iconic look.
To
Yeah,
go with your cops.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Each one could have like a little squad of cops with him. It'd be cool.
they announced
Um,
Yakuza Nindos. They got a Majima Nindo coming out now.
oh, Smile Fest. Yeah, they make like scrolling through their Twitter, they make so much different stuff. Oh, they're gonna make an Android
Yeah,
for Junji Ito. That would be kind of fun to have,
yeah, it's wild.
actually. Yeah, I feel like his artwork is really ripe for cool figures. But yeah, this is their next Dungeon Meshi figure, which I'll probably pick up. Maybe I'll watch the anime by then, but I think he looks really fun. And
Yeah,
they had, oh yeah, they showed more Guyver stuff.
yeah,
Their Guyver 3 figure was really good. So I guess they have like the Guyver 3 Ultimate form now. And I wonder if YouTube is gonna flag us because these their figures. Oh, they're making an Android for My Hero Academia. And oh yeah, this so yeah, they announced their version of Furin and then Himmel. I really love the figure. It's Furin that I have, but apparently she's going for like $200 in the aftermarket right now. Um,
Oh wow.
so she's hard to come by. So this will be a good other option, but I'll for sure pick up Himmel. Um, have either of you watched Furin?
I have not.
You're talking
Um,
to the wrong person.
that's yeah, that's
I
fair.
watched Dungeon Issue with my partner, but I haven't gotten around to Fearing yet. I know Spanx keeps pushing it so hard. He's like, "You gotta watch this. You gotta read this. It's like the best."
Hmm. Um, Dungeon Meshi you liked though? I know that you said your partner really liked it.
Yeah, she's not a huge anime watcher. She'll watch like Spy Family and like little cutesy stuff here and there. But she saw me watching like the pilot or something, and she was like, "What's this?" And we ended up watching the whole first season pretty like within a week or whatever. And yeah, it's really cute and goofy, and I like how they talk about like culinary stuff with in relation to them cooking the monsters and stuff. So they talk about like how monsters taste and like the
Mm,
texture and stuff like that, and it leads to a lot of funny situations.
Mm, yeah, I mean, I've heard so many good things about it. I think it felt like a little bit of a slow start to me, and it wasn't hooking my wife, and so I haven't gone back to it yet, but I'd like to. But yeah, I mean, our friend of the pod, Char, really is also really into Furin. He's the one that pushed me to watch it. I haven't quite finished the first season, but it's like I feel like the show, and I know it's based off a manga, but it has almost like a bittersweet nostalgia feel to watching it. It makes me like wistful when I watch the show, which is kind of nice. I feel like there isn't a whole lot of media that's good at capturing that. Um, but yeah, it has like a very wistful, contemplative tone. And then around episode 9 or 10, it's like, oh wait, this is like badass too. And it becomes pretty cool. Um, but yeah, I definitely recommend it. I mean, for me myself, I still need to finish it, obviously, but I think it's a good show.
Yeah, my partner would probably like it.
I think so. Yeah, it has a good vibe. Um, yeah, and then gosh, there's so much more we could talk about. Um, okay, we'll do a little bit more kind of news quickly. Um, Shout out to Paternia, by the way. John, who runs the Paternia account, has been very kind to me. He's been very supportive of the business from like a pretty early stage, and so really feel like yeah, Frogman's Finds wouldn't be where it's at without him, and so I'm always very thankful to him. So if you don't follow him, um, follow his stuff, use his referral links so that he gets some kickback. But he's a really good guy. Um, yeah, oh yeah, should have just gone to him first. I guess they're making this guy from Baldur 3 too, but I think it looks like a statue. You played Baldur's Gate 3 a ton, Jaden, right?
Yeah, this is the Emperor. It does look like a statue though.
He's like the main bad guy.
I think it's pop up.
It's a really good looking statue though, I will say.
Yeah.
I do like those pop-up parades. I only have one, the Hades Zagreus, and he looks great. Like I'm not really like a statue person, but that one is cool.
There's some photographers that make statues look really good. They find different ways to like angle
Mm.
it and light it. So I think there's like a lot of yeah, there's a lot of potential there.
And from like just a photography point of view, like that's a really good way to level up your lighting skills is to just take pictures of statues or, stationary
Mm,
objects and, find especially for like product photography in general, it's just it translates so well to figure photography and everything. And it's
oh yeah.
easy way to level up without having to
Hmm.
think about, posing a figure or creating a scene or anything like that.
Yeah. What was that company that we were talking about in the Frogman Discord, Tiger? That they had like the female version of Terry Bogard, um, Poison
Oh,
Ivy.
Kotobukiya.
Yes, yeah.
Kotobukiya, they're like the statue and model kit company. They do the Bishojo characters, and yeah, they had a feminized version of Terry Bogart. They've got like really great DC heroine and villain
Hmm.
kind of. I wouldn't say like quite pinup, but pretty, on the way. They're definitely like cute and sexy, but all of them are really amazingly sculpted. We were looking at like the ones we thought were the coolest, and yeah, the poison ivy is great. That katana is really cool.
Hmm.
The the female Friday the 13th, Jason is like
Oh
one of the
yeah.
coolest I've seen. They've got a whole horror line of those where they've got Freddy, and some of them look okay. Like the Mike Myers one is really generic and it
Mm-hmm.
hardly even looks like Mike Myers. But that Friday the 13th one is like iconic design. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's such a cool thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think pinup is a really good way to describe that like art or like that style. Yeah, they're really really cool. Um, man, I can go down a rabbit hole about Friday the 13th because we're recording on Saturday, so that was yesterday. Um, I've only seen bits and pieces of those movies, but I didn't realize that Jason's not even in the first movie. It's
Oh, sort of. Yeah. I mean, he makes a brief appearance at the end, but yeah.
yeah. Jaden, because I know that we have Watcher TV. They released an episode, basically Ryan, Shane, and Steven. So basically Ryan and Shane show Steven Friday the 13th for the first time, and they have like the full watch along, and then they also have like a supercut of the best parts. But yeah, Steven like jumped out of his chair
That's
at the
amazing.
end when when Jason comes out of the lake and grabs her. Um,
That's
but
funny.
yeah,
That's great.
it's a fun watch. I recommend it. But yeah, anyways, um, on Friday there was a Star Wars stream. They showed off San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Revenge of the Sith 2-pack. Like pure cinema artwork. Like I'm so stoked for this 2-pack. I think they did an incredible job. The fact that they include like the droid factory, whatever part that they fight on, is so cool. There's lava effects that have it stand up. Um, yeah, I
Huh.
just I am so stoked for this pack. I think they said it's going to be like 110 or $115, which is more than I would like to pay, but I will pay it because I think it's just yeah, they look so
That
good.
is certainly a price.
Yeah, it is a price. Um, yeah, in that stream they also announced the Jedi Temple Guards, which is cool. Varys Offrey, who is definitely plays a more prominent role in the Clone Wars than she does. I don't even think she's in any of the movies. There's a colorized version of the Ronin, which is cool. Um, but it looks like I don't think John has the Halloween figures on his Blue Sky. Then they were my favorite. After that 2-pack, they were my favorite part of the stream. I feel like oh, it's like where do you stream Star Wars movies? Um, it's, this could maybe even pique your fancy, Jaden. Um,
It's a long shot, but I'm willing to give it a try.
so they're making a witch figure um, that I'll be carrying. It's their fan channel one, which I think is really fun. But my two favorites, um, and she has a lost cat, not like a black lost cat. Um, they
It's just a
made,
recolor of Asajj Ventress,
uh-huh,
or
yeah, and then with like a soft goods witch hat,
hmm.
and I think they used bantha fur for the broomstick. It's just cool. But I love this one. Their sheet ghost that they use the Royal Guard, and so silly. But he also glows in the dark, which is like one of my favorite toy features. Um, so I think he'll be really, really fun. He's a Target exclusive, unfortunately. And then
uh,
they're making a mummy with soft good, like the wrap is soft goods. But yeah, mummy stormtrooper. But the best part of him is his little werewolf porg with his jeans.
He's got a
Dang.
pants. What is happening there?
Yeah, I think he's supposed to
That's
be
pretty
like a
funny.
werewolf that, like transforms, rips his. It's so
Honestly, that might be worth it for the little porg there.
yeah, it's so funny, man. Yeah, I'm really, really excited for these Halloween figures. Yeah, so that I think that was a Star Wars streams. Star Wars Hasbro streams are rarely feel like wins, but this one definitely felt like a win. They showed a lot of cool stuff, so it was exciting. Um, okay, last but not
It's not bad.
least, yeah. I guess this just leaked out right before we started recording. It's Valaverse. So, to be honest, I'm not a huge
Oh, okay.
fan. Not a huge fan of the company or the owner, but he does make some cool figures, and this is gonna be an exclusive for some Toy Con in Texas at the end of this month. But it's the Praetorian Guard. I don't know what they're gonna call this version, but I think it looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's a pretty
Um,
cool design. I like the little laser shields that are like blocking the bullets.
mhm,
Yeah, the bullet effects are really cool.
yeah. Um, Double
Flamethrowers.
flamethrowers. Yeah. Um, Double flamethrowers, double chain guns. I think it's really cool. I've heard really, really good things about that buck. I think it was, I think maybe last year this time they released like a transparent one. I think it was like a transparent green. They came out with a black one, came out with a red one. There's a white one that just came out, and then this one. But the amazing Dork Layer, Toy Bro, I think a lot of them have all said like it's really the figure is really fun to play with. Like it's well made and has good articulation.
Hmm.
So um I think Valaverse they tend to put up leftovers after the cons on their website. So I think this is one I might try to cop. But okay, with all that, with all the toy news, uh in our last in our last couple minutes that we have. Thoughts on your Switch 2 so far? The last time we recorded, none of us had them. Now all three of us have them.
Is that true? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of
We like
bad.
I had just ordered mine like the day that we recorded last time, and it was gonna be here like the next day, and then y'all fell into yours.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
by like random, like you got us into it, and then I pulled the trigger and was like, "Oh, Best Buy had it." I just like on a whim was like, "All right, let me try." I got it.
Nice. Yeah,
So
I feel
it
like
was
they're like
available
we were
for
saying
pickup
last
today.
time. Yeah, like we were saying last time, I think it's just getting easier and easier. They're getting smarter about how many they should have ready for day one and all that. And I don't think that the resupply will be nearly as bad as a lot of like the first resupply after like a big, console are coming out was still like pretty hectic, but I think it'll be pretty smooth sailing. I don't think it'll be that hard to get one, but the price is definitely the biggest downside. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to justify that in this day and age when there's bills and kids and all kinds of stuff that you like need to take care of, home repair that can just crop up out of nowhere. But man, it feels nice. It is so much fun to
Oh yeah.
play. It's smooth. It has pretty much made my entire library of games like work better. All the Hyrule Warrior games, which have hundreds of enemies on the screen at the same time, are a solid 60 frames per second. Just a lot of the games that really chugged along are way more fun to play now because they just work a lot more like they should have in the first place. Three Houses, Fire Emblem is like
Mm,
notoriously one of the worst running games, and now it's a solid 30 frames per second, which isn't perfect, but it's way more playable when you're just like running around the little city or whatever instead of like going at like 3 FPS or something, just chugging along. Like you can actually run around, and yeah, it just makes everything look good and run a little better. And yeah, it's making me really appreciate my whole collection more.
Have you
Yeah. I
have you
I
sorry, go ahead. No, I was gonna ask you, Jaden, if you played anything on it yet.
have. I played Scarlet and Violet, which was my most like anticipated trial of this game, and it it runs beautifully. Not only does it run beautifully, but also the Pokemon spawns are just like they're instant spawns. You don't have to wait. I honestly I thought it was built into the original where like you just had to wait for things to spawn in, but I guess it was just to save memory or resources or whatever. But yeah, it's crazy the amount of like you can fly around now without having any sort of frame dips or anything, and like fly low so you can see all the Pokemon and then spot a
Oh
shiny right
wow.
away and go grab it. It's fantastic. I really really like it.
Wow. Yeah, I've been really
Yeah,
wanting
like
to
more stuff on screen.
I've been wanting to try Pokemon. I've only been playing Mario Kart World because I've been playing with my son. But yeah, I mean, when you say flying around, like yeah, when you're flying around on the Switch One, like it's like
Oh yeah.
you could
Oh man,
it's like just
it's
it's shapes, it's polygons that you see from your Pokemon.
It is like the
yeah,
least acceptable that you can actually sell a game at.
Mhm.
right, exactly. But I'm also enjoying like so I wasn't sure if it didn't sound like that much of a difference in terms of size, and it doesn't feel like it's too cumbersome in your hands, but it definitely like
Oh
it's a
yeah.
lot bigger. I was really surprised at how much bigger it is.
Hmm.
Um and how much like better it actually looks in handheld mode. I wasn't really planning on using this at all in handheld mode, but now that I've got it in hands, no pun intended. Um yeah, it's I'm actually going to start like taking it off the dock.
Yeah. It feels weighted nicely. Um, but I think my favorite feature, and surprisingly, even my son, like both of us are like, "Oh, this is so cool!" Just the magnet, like the way that it snaps
Magnet.
Yeah,
on.
easy to
Oh,
click
it's so
on.
good.
It's
Yeah, that's some good, that's just some good design.
like you don't. It's like the
And it
same with
feels quality too. It doesn't feel like
yeah. It's
Yeah, even though it's magnetic, it never feels like, oh, you could just pull it off really easy or something like that. Like you actually have to click that big button in on the back to pull it off. And yeah, that really, really
the
high
thing like
quality. I think,
these feel shaky even though they're on
mhm.
rails. They feel like there's some give to them.
Yep.
As where I don't get that on the Switch too.
It's yeah. I was gonna say like so one, I was worried that when I was like seeing other people's videos of it, I was worried that these would be too like you would hit them accidentally, but they're so clicky that you can't like there's no way that you're gonna accidentally pop it off. Um and yeah, I think once I felt the magnetic connection of this, it made me realize how crappy the Switch One connection is. Like
Hmm.
it makes it feel so ghetto and like yeah, fragile. Yeah, it's a really big step up in quality. So
yeah, it definitely feels like the more premium offering than the Switch did, where it's like, this isn't just some
Oh yeah.
Fisher Price, kid's toy in my hand. This is like a real deal console. And that definitely feels nice.
I think the
And
second
the kickstand feels real solid.
oh yeah,
It's great.
I'm bad with hard to see on camera, but yeah, it feels very solid. I think the second thing that impressed me the most was opening up the eShop, the Nintendo eShop, like on the Switch 1
Hmm.
is a nightmare. I would I would I would shop the eShop on my computer or on my phone and not on the Switch because it was such a nightmare to open up the eShop. And it's so smooth now. It's like wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they did, but they were just like, we got to change something. We can't let it be that awful anymore.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean,
But
really
we're
the
talking about the premium feel of everything. Uh, I think all of it feels good. It's not just like the Switch and it's not just the Joy-Cons. It's like the new Pro controller feels 10 times better than the last Pro
Oh
controller.
yeah.
Just like, I don't know, I didn't get the other peripherals like the camera and stuff, but the camera seems like it's really good. It seems like they just really went all out on all of this. They were like, we're going to use better materials. It's going to feel more solid in your hand. Like the Pro 2 controller has a matte finish instead of the like more glossy finish, and
mm,
it just feels better in your hands. It feels less slip resistant, or like it could get oily from your touch or whatever. And just yeah,
ooh,
like this whole starting package that they've come out with, their starting products and stuff, has just been like expensive, but like really, really good quality.
I don't know if the camera can show this off, but it's not just a matte finish. There's also oh man, this is gonna have trouble because it doesn't have a face. Oh man. Well, in any case, if you look very closely at the new Pro controller, there's like little bits of glitter in
ooh.
the black. It's not like quite a matte finish. There's just like tiny sparkles that you can see every once in a while, and it's like looking to the stars on a pitch black night. It's crazy. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's interesting that they chose to do that.
You're making me want to get one because yeah, we have so we have like our setup in our living room or whatever, and my son and to be honest, myself as well, we're both bad at like putting the controllers away. And so on the couch, you'll see like, we have two PlayStation 5 controllers. His is black, mine is white. And then, now that we've been playing the Switch 2, I have the Pro 1 controller on the couch as well. And seeing the Pro, like, so before we got the Switch 2, we weren't playing the Switch 1 a whole lot. And when I was looking for like the PlayStation controllers, is like, oh, that's not the PlayStation controller, that's the Pro controller because it looks like cheap. And I think that's what you were referencing, Tiger. Like they're both black controllers, but at a quick glance, you're like, oh, that's the Pro controller because it looks cheaper than the PlayStation 1. Um, and that's what I've been playing with. My son likes playing with the Joy-Cons, but yeah, I really want to get the Pro 2 because I've heard it's such a big improvement.
Mhm.
Yeah. I haven't really messed with it yet, but I also want to try something that really utilizes the mouse functionality of the Joy-Con.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
was wondering
Hmm.
about that.
the yeah, I don't know what really uses it. I know there's like a couple games right off the bat that will show it off a little bit, but like I think the new Metroid, you're gonna be able to use it like
Mm.
first-person shooter.
Huh.
That's pretty nice. Be able to hit certain weak points on the bosses, and instead of using a stick to kind of guide it the right way, you're just a little bit more intuitive by the mouse. And like they actually in the Metroid Prime thing that they showed off, they showed somebody playing the game like in their hands, and then they broke off the controller and started
Oh,
just shooting like freestyle, and then like put it back on there. Like that was wild.
that's
Yeah,
very
that's awesome.
Nintendo. Like I think Nintendo likes that kind of like um innovative gameplay. But that sounds really cool
Yeah, really, really neat ideas. I'm sure some games will make some good use out of that.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, like you said, only bummer is price. Um, the console is expensive. The games are expensive. Mario Kart World is absurdly expensive on its own. Um, yeah, I
Yeah, and you got to get a new SD card too.
yeah, like special SD cards that are so specific that I know Jaden, what you got, and maybe you got it too, Tiger. They like brand them as Mario SD cards, so you know it's the right one.
Yep. Hmm.
Yeah.
It's still a Samsung SD card. It's just like it has Mario on it. It says Switch 2, like all that stuff. That like so you
Right.
know right
We know
away.
what you're gonna use
It's
this for.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's smart. It's like this is the right one. This is the one you're looking for. If you're getting it for your kid, this is the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when I gonna tell another story, but I won't. We're already running long. But yeah, it's expensive. It's too expensive, but it's a fun console. Yeah, that'll do it for us. As I mentioned, we recorded this on Saturday, so it's gonna go up in just 2 days. So we'll see you soon, and then we'll be recording again shortly after that for the week following. Yeah, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening to us ramble every week. We appreciate you hanging out with us. But yeah, this has been Froggy and Friends podcast, again put on by frogmansfinds.com. Thanks for joining us at the pond, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Later.